these protests are certainly not just about Black men, right? Because anytime throughout our history, when Black people get equal rights and advance, everybody advances, right? You look at something like affirmative action. Who did affirmative action help more than anybody? White women, right? It helped engage a misogynistic culture and equal the playing field in terms of sexism more than anything else, right? So anytime you're fighting for African American rights, you're fighting for all rights, and you're really fighting for equality for our immigrants, Mexicans, Arabs, Asian Americans, all across the board. You know, this particular instance in this particular movement should go beyond just police brutality, because there's an underlying epidemic of white supremacy that is also with the district attorney's office in many areas, with the judges and how they deliver sentences in many areas, even within education, from K through 12 to higher education, right? This is just an underlying white supremacist ideology that is all throughout our system, not just police brutality. So I hope that this movement doesn't just stop with law enforcement, because it's in every component of our society.
You know what? I just want to piggyback on what Julian said. It is. And you talk about COVID-19. COVID-19 affected African Americans at a higher rate than anybody else, and people of color in general. And the reason why is because there's so much disparity in the healthcare system, and not having access to healthcare. So we develop these pre-existing conditions like, cardiovascular disease. I think that plays into it too.
African Americans are 13% of the population in the nation, with 25% of the COVID-19 cases. So
for me, it was the combination between that, looking at that is like, wow. And I'm in kinesiology. I'm a health professor. I'm like, did I not, do a very good job of selling this to my community? I'm like, this is a big deal. And so it's there. It's in the educational system. It's in the criminal justice system. I think people have gotten to a point where enough is enough, and something has to change, and something constructive has to be done, not just lip service, because I think that's what frustrates African Americans the most. Is I understand everybody's sympathetic, empathetic to what's happening, but now what are we going to do about it? At the end of the day, we got to do what's right by people, because we all humans, and no human's life should be devalued.